Yes, people, a very, very happy one to all of you. So, guys, we are starting with a brand new topic today, which is chapter 5. In that, in particular, we're dealing with unit 3, which talks about accounting standard 13, which is accounting for investments. Mark this chapter very, very important. Voice is very low. Okay. Mark this chapter very, very important. Confirm question from this particular topic. So, as usual, let's try to understand the applicability of this accounting standard. Yes, accounting standard 13 is a mandatory accounting standard applicable to all the companies, all the entities with no exemptions at all. But with this, I'll add one more point. If you talk about non-companies, if I talk about non-companies, level 4 entities, people, level 4 entities, you have disclosure based exemption. That is in AS 13, we deal with, sorry, in general, AS we deal with how many aspects? 4 aspects. One aspect is recognition aspect. Second is measurement aspect, disclosure aspect, and presentation aspect. Here, whatever disclosure requirement is given in AS 13, no, that one entity need not follow. Which entity? Level 4 entity. Level 4 entity need not follow the disclosure which is given in AS 13. So that exemption alone is there. Which means, sir, apart from disclosure, if there is anything else in AS 13, should level 4 entity follow that? Yes. 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 So what about level 1, level 2, level 3? For them, everything they have to follow. Whatever accounting standard 13 says, whatever accounting standard 13 says, every single thing, all the entities 1, 2, 3 has to follow. Sir, what about companies? For companies, there is no exemption. Companies, that is SMC and non-SMCs, everybody has to follow 100% of AS 13. Okay, not okay? Wonderful. Sir, what is the objective of this accounting standard? My question to all of you, accounting standard has been drafted by whom? ASB of ICA Act. So obviously, when they came out with this accounting standard, there should have been some problem, no? So AS comes as a guidance or a solution to that problem. So now the question is, sir, what is the problem in this particular type of situation, that is investments, and what solution is AS 13 going to provide? The objective of this standard is to provide guidance. Every AS is to guide us only. The objective of this standard is to provide guidance on accounting of investments. Accounting of investment. How to do accounting for investment? This AS is going to guide us. So when I say accounting for investment, don't think that this AS is going to teach you what is debit, what is credit. Accounting means all the 4 aspects. When we say accounting means at what point of time I should record, how much I should record, how should I disclose, how should I present, all the aspects which is associated with this item investment. On that the clarity is being given by AS 13 plus end. The objective of the standard is to provide guidance on accounting for income arising from such investment. So the first point talks about how, if I do investment in something, how do I account that investment? Investment, what I do, from that I'll get some return. No? Obviously, the purpose of investment is what? To get something in return. That amount what I get in, which I get in return. Income arising from such investment, how to do accounting of that also, we are going to learn in this particular accounting standard 13. Okay, not okay? Now, the objective of the standard is to provide guidance on accounting of investment and accounting for income arising from such investment in the financial statement. In this financial statement of the enterprise, how do you account it, and the related disclosure. Disclosure means what? Disclosure means what? Including presentation. How are we supposed to do accounting? Accounting means what? Recognition, measurement. Then followed by presentation, disclosure. All this aspect is being covered. All this aspect is being covered. With respect to timing. Timing means what? When to record entry. At what point of time I should record the entry. That is called as recognition aspect. Now here there's one catch. When to record investment. When to record investment. When to record. The time of recording investment. On what date I'm supposed to record the investment, that is being dealt with in AS 13. So AS 13 will tell us when to record the entry for investment. But income arising from such investment, such as rent and dividend, is dealt with already in AS 9. Tell me yes or no. Yes, AS 9 covers what? Revenue recognition for goods. Services, interest, dividend, royalty. So interest, sorry, I said, okay, not rent. Interest and dividend. Interest and dividend is nothing but the income arising from investment. I put fixed deposit. Guys, I invest 10 lakh in fixed deposit. In return, what do I get? Interest. I purchase the debenture of the company. In return, what will I get? The donkey fellow, debenture. Interest you will get back. I invest in the shares of the company. In return, what do I get? Dividend. Correct? Correct? These two items, interest and dividend, is already being dealt with in AS9. So AS9 says that record interest on time proportion basis. Yes or no? Record dividend when the right to receive. Now how the answer is coming? The moment if I ask a question, no, instantly the answer comes means you have studied well, you have revised well. So with dividend, they say that the right to receive the dividend should be established. So the moment the right to receive the dividend is established, the moment the interest is accrued on time proportionate basis, we should record it. So the recognition aspect of the income arising from such investment, where is it been covered? In AS9. So will it be covered again in AS13? No. Very, very important point. Then coming to amount, means how much to record. I've incurred an investment. How to calculate the value of the investment? This investment value should be including something else also, or should I minus something also? So how to calculate the amount? Guys, we are recording journal entry. No? For recording journal entry, amount is required. How that amount should be calculated, that aspect is called as measurement aspect. So this AS13 is going to give you clarity on how the amount should be measured for investment and income arising from such investment. So measurement of interest, measurement of dividend is going to be learned in this particular topic. Presentation and disclosure. How the investment needs to be presented. How the disclosure of the investment needs to be done. How the income arising from such investment should be presented and disclosed. This is getting covered in AS13. So in short, if I have to tell you, this is measurement aspect. Or rather, investment and interest bar dividend. With regard to investment, how many aspects are covered? So all the 4 aspects are covered. First one is recognition aspect. Second is measurement aspect. Third, presentation aspect. Disclosure aspect. So which means whenever I talk about accounting for investment, the investment that I do, the investment that I purchase, the investment that I sell, that how to recognize, how to measure, how to present, how to disclose. All the 4 aspects are covered in AS13. In AS13. However, interest and dividend with regard to income arising from such investment, which is interest and dividend. Interest is the income arising from the investment in debenture or fixed deposit. Dividend is income arising from the shares or mutual fund. Investment done in shares or mutual fund. In that case, the recognition aspect is dealt with in AS9. Whereas the measurement aspect, presentation aspect, and disclosure aspect is dealt with in AS13. Read with AS9. AS13 read with AS9. Now are you clear with the coverage? Applicability? Yes or no? I want a loud yes or loud no. Wonderful. Scope and application of AS13. AS13 deals with accounting for investment. In accounting for investment, I have 4 aspects. All the 4 aspects are covered in AS13. When I talk about accounting for income arising from such investment, example, interest and dividend. Recognition aspect is covered in AS9, whereas measurement, presentation, disclosure is covered by AS13, read with AS9. Which to what extent? To the extent of only interest and dividend. To the extent of interest and dividend, it is covered in AS9. AS9 doesn't talk about any other thing apart from these 3 items. That is interest, dividend, royalty. Apart from that, nothing else they're talking about. So remaining will be guided by AS13. What that is, we'll discuss in some time. Measurement, presentation, disclosure aspect of rent. Now listen very carefully. This part I'll keep it on hold. I'll come back and read this note when I explain you what is the meaning of investment. Once I read the meaning of investment, then I'll come back and tell you what is the meaning of this note. Keep this note pending. ES 13 does not deal with this. I'm just trying to read at a superficial level, but I don't want to go in depth now. I'll be doing this topic at the end. ES 13 does not deal with. I'm only trying to read it, okay? I don't want to put the concept into your head. I'll do it when the right time comes. I'm just trying to read it. AS 13 does not deal with the basis of recognition. Recognition means what can I say? Recognition aspect? The recognition aspect of interest, dividend, rental, because it is covered by AS 9. Like that, exclusively, this has been mentioned in the accounting standard. Am I loud and clear? This was my analysis. This was my analysis. I drew this from this particular point only. So the basis of recognition means what recognition aspect of interest, dividend, rentals earned in investment is covered by AS 9. Operating and finances leases is covered by AS 19. So which means if there is any income earning from operating and finances leases, you will be doing the accounting entry, measurement, disclosure, presentation as per AS 19. It is not getting covered in AS 13. Investment of retirement benefit plans and life insurances enterprise. If I do investment in life insurance, you know what is life insurance? Why people take life insurance? Let's say this person, Mr. X, he's got 3 more family members, 1 wife, 2 kids. Mr. X is one sole member to earn the income. If he dies, he will have a doubt problem that how will my family survive later? So in order to protect them, what he does, he takes the life insurance coverage, which means what? If Mr. X dies, upon his death, the entire policy value will go to the family members. So now that premium that you pay every month towards the life insurance policy is a kind of investment where you are expecting the return to come in future. That investment is not getting covered in your AS 13. The accounting treatment for that is not covered in AS 13. Similarly, entity who is running mutual funds, venture capital funds, and asset management companies, bank, public financial institutions, if they are dealing with investments, their investment, if they do any investment, that is not covered in AS 13. So about this, maybe if time permits, at the end of this chapter, I'll try to give you understanding what actually it means. By now, here and there, you would have understood 50-60%. But in-depth knowledge, if you want, I'll try to give it at the end of the AS 13, because from examination point of view, this doesn't, serve an important purpose or where the question can come from this segment. So I'm not going too much in deep, but still, if you want to answer, I can do it at the end. So far, what did we do, people? So we try to understand the applicability of the accounting standard 13. AS 13 is applicable on the companies, whether you're SMC or a non-SMC. For you, no exemption. You have to 100% follow AS 13, which is investment accounting, accounting for investments. If you're a non-company, non-corporate, so either you'll be level 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're level 1, 2, 3, for you, this AS is mandatory. But if you're in level 4, disclosure exemption here, which means if any disclosure requirement is given in this AS 13, that you not follow. Rest all you have to follow. Then we understood the objective of this accounting standard. This accounting standard is going to guide us in terms of 4 aspects: recognition aspect, measurement aspect, presentation aspect, disclosure aspect. All the 4 aspects will be dealt with in the accounting of investment. But when I talk about accounting of the income arising from such investment, which is example, interest and dividend, in this recognition aspect is covered in AS 9. Rest all aspect is covered in AS 13. Can I go forward now? Okay. Now, $1 billion question. So what is investment? What is investment? AS 13 has given a proper clear-cut meaning of investment. Sir, why did they give, sir? Investment means we know, no, sir. You ask us what is investment, we'll tell. For this, I don't need any suggestion from AS 13. So why is AS 13 giving investment meaning? I know. We are in CA Inter. More than me, who knows the meaning of investment? Like that you will think. Please tell me, according to you, what is investment? It is asset held by investment in local language. What does investment mean? The amount that you invest somewhere to get returns. Okay. That is what everyone is trying to say. Okay, wonderful. You want to utilize idle money. Okay. You deployed your idle money somewhere to get the returns. Okay. Same. It means the same. So my question is, Pratik sir, Kalpavriksh Academy. Both are same or different? Different. If I give 10 lakh to Kalpavriksh Academy, for Kalpavriksh Academy it is Kalpavriksh Academy it is capital. Kalpavriksh Academy is capital. For me, investment. Correct? Yes or no? Okay. I'm not telling this is the meaning of AS13. I'm telling your meaning. I'm telling your meaning. Okay. Now, 10 lakh what Kalpavriksh Academy had. Imagine Kalpavriksh Academy is not into teaching, rather they are into business of buying and selling laptop. So they are buying laptop to sell laptop. So purchasing of laptop is investment or not investment? Generally, what do we say? We invested money in the business. We invested money in buying laptops. Yes or no? That's what we talk in general language. அதாவது investment means what, how people perceive it. Wherever I put money into it is investment. I invested money in my stock. I invested money in stock. Some people say I invested money in the asset. I invested money in my land building. So putting money in land and building is investment. I'm putting money in the building. I for let's say for running the academy, I want a building. So I'm purchasing the building. So what will I say? Generally, I've invested my money in the building. I invested academy's money in building. That's what we say or no? Generally. So investment means what? Wherever we put money, generally we say that is investment. But AS13 says that all that what we discuss now is not investment. In AS13, the meaning of investment is very narrowed. In general, when we discuss, no, we give a very broad meaning to the word investment. According to us, wherever we put the money, it is investment. Wherever you put the money, it is investment. Some people will say, if I put money in my stocks for buying stocks, that is investment, they say. So AS13 came out with a clarification that everything and anything where you put the money is not investment. I will tell you what is investment as per AS13. If you're putting money into that, then that is investment, and the accounting for that you'll do as per AS13. So that is the reason AS13 had to come out with the proper meaning of investment. Investments are assets, correct? What is the meaning of asset? Since 11th standard, I'm shouting and telling. What is asset? What is asset? Two things. When I say asset, I give you two meaning. That is not the professional meaning. That is a meaning which is understood by layman. Even at inter-level, let me sound layman, it's okay. But still, I want to understand from you, according to me or according to us, what is asset? Two things I told you. Anything that I own in the business is asset, or anything that I expect to receive in future is asset. Land building, I own it. I say it is my asset because it makes me more powerful. The more land, the more building, the more property you have, you feel very powerful. Having 10,000 rupees in hand versus having 10 crore rupees in hand, which makes you more powerful? 10 crores. So more asset, more powerful you feel. So asset is always your strength. So anything that I own in the business is asset, or anything that I expect to receive in future is asset. So I invested 10 lakh rupees in fixed deposit. This money will come back to me or not? It will come back to me with babies, means interest. With interest, it will come back to me. So investment is my asset. In this, do you have any debate? My investments are always my asset. Yes or no? Yes. Wonderful. Investments are asset. First point, tick mark. Held by enterprise. Enterprise here means what? Both corporate and non-corporate. SMC, non-SMC, level 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody is called as, in general, enterprise. Enterprise means any entity doing business is called as enterprise. Okay, not okay. Each and every point I'm breaking and putting the concept in your head. Third, investment assets held by enterprise with what intention? You're putting money in asset. You're putting money in asset. With what intention? With an intention to earn income by way of either dividend, interest, rental. So one more time, sir. I'm investing money in something. Why am I investing money in something? Because I have an intention. I have a desire to get something out of that money. I'm working hard. I'm working hard to earn money. Now, this money, what is there in my hand? I don't want to keep this money idle. I want to deploy this money somewhere so that this money can earn more money. So I'm earning hard. That is, I'm working hard to earn money. Now I want this money to work hard to earn more money. So if I work hard and earn money, that is called as business profession. But when my money is working hard to earn more money, that is called as investment. So when I invest money in the business, or when I invest money anywhere else, what is my desire? What is my intention? Sir, to earn income. That is my intention. Intention is to earn. Earn by way of what? Dividend. So I'm putting money in share market. Why? because I want dividend from that company. What is dividend? Share of profit. Share of profit. Second, I am putting money in fixed deposit because I want interest in return. I am investing in debentures of the company. Tata Limited is issuing debenture. I am buying the debenture. Buy this money which is idle with me, no, I'll deploy it in the Tata company. And every year Tata will pay me interest on that. So my intention is to earn interest on my investment in the company's debentures. I want rental. All of you, I run academy. So what is my core business opportunity? Running academy. I have surplus money. I got one building on commercial basis. I got one commercial building. Why? Because I want to earn rental out of it. So when I purchased a commercial building for 2 crore rupees, what is my intention? To earn rental out of it. You know what is commercial building? A building where there is office, shops and all. That is commercial building. So what is my intention to buy that building? To earn rental out of it. So if your interest is to earn all of this, then we can say this is investment. They're not stopping here. This investment is being bifurcated into 3 parts. This is one part. Intention to earn income by way of dividend, interest, rental, or capital appreciation. Capital appreciation. So now I invested in building. I invested in building. Which building? Commercial building. Why? Because I wanted a rental, a monthly rental of 2 lakh rupees. Was that the only motive? Sir, assets like building, assets like land, when I invest, after a point, their value in the market increase. Their value in the market increase. For example, if I'm buying a land today for 1 crore rupees, chances are there after 3 years, 4 years, it could be 2 crore. I saw one article, somebody circulated that newspaper article in group. Pre-COVID, the land prices in not Saranapati, that is Kalapati. The land prices in Kalapati handling pre-COVID was 6 lakh rupees. That is 4 to 6 lakh rupees. Depending on area and the width road, again the rate will vary. 4 to 6 lakh rupees. Today, you know what is the rate in Kalapati? Interior of Kalapati 15 lakh. Exterior it is almost 25 lakh. What is the multiplication? To multiply with 6 into 4, it is 24 lakh. 6 4s are 24. 4 times means 400% increment. So all those people who purchased land at 6 lakh rupees and now it is 24 lakh rupees means that kind of increment is called as capital appreciation. So when you invest in land, the intention is what? To earn capital appreciation, because land, vacant land will not get you any dividend. Vacant land will not get you any interest. Vacant land generally don't get you rental. If at all they get rent, no, they'll fetch you very minimal rent. You take one land and give it for rent for somebody. Hardly for one land, let's say you're taking 1 acre of land, no, hardly they'll pay you some 30-40,000, not even 30-40, some 20,000 rupees they'll pay for 1 acre. Because land does not have that much value in terms of rental. So when anybody buys land, no, they don't buy the land with the intention to earn money out of rental. Their intention is what? Today I've put 1 crore in 1 acre means tomorrow I want it to become 2 crore. So your intention is what? Capital appreciation. So investments are assets held by enterprise with the intention to earn income. Income can be in form of either dividend, interest, rental, or capital appreciation, or other benefits to investing enterprise. Means what? Investing in a subsidiary. KVA investing in FFLA. From there, what do I get? Again, dividend I get, plus I get other benefits. So these are all constituted as investments. These are all constituted as investments. And such assets, the investment that you do know on such assets, these should not be those assets which are held for sale in the ordinary course of business. Such assets or investments are not held for sale in the ordinary course of business. So if I buy land, I did not buy the land with the intention to sell immediately. If I buy land with the intention to sell immediately, which means what? I'm buying land, selling land, buying land, selling land, buying land, selling land. That becomes my business, which means I'm a property developer. I'm a real estate agent. I'm a real estate businessman. So my intention is what? To buy land and immediately sell it. Even if the small price comes, I will sell it. But when I invested from the point of view of the investment, when I put the money from the point of view of investment, if I purchase a land today for 1 crore, I will not sell it anytime soon. I'll wait for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Only when the nice rate comes, I will sell it. Or else I'll not sell it. But the dealer of the land is not like that. If he gets a minute margin, he'll sell it. So his job is what? To buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. So that real estate property developer who's buying the land with the intention to sell it, which means, can I say, is a trader of land? A trader of land investing money in the land, can you call that as investment? No, because that land, what is buying in the ordinary course of his business. Hence, it becomes his stock and not as investment. It is not as investment. Similarly, such assets are not included as asset as stock, that is stock in trade. Any asset that you hold in form of stock in trade, that is also not considered as investment, because some people tell that, sir, in my business, I've invested 2 crores in stock. I invested 2 crores in stock. In general language, they use such term. My friend itself tells. He says that, Macha, I have 2 crore worth of stock invested. So when they use the word investment, wherever they have put the money in, no, according to them, that is investment. AS13 says that, no. This will not be considered as investment. The money that you have invested in buying the stocks, that will not be considered as investment. Am I loud and clear? So any money that you invest in the stock in trade, whether land, laptop, chocolates, whatever you say, even though you use the word investment in the general trade balances, but we will not consider that as investment for the purpose of AS 13, and they'll be governed by AS 2 or any other accounting standards. About this, I have to do in-depth discussion, and I'll be doing it now. So you might have a lot of doubts. Sir, if this happens, what to do? If that happens, what to do? Please wait. I have a complete set of questions here. Before you could think and blink, I have everything on the document. So keep your thoughts under control. My question to all of you, when I'm investing in building, land, shares, mutual funds, the intention is to earn income. Is my intention is to earn income means, are they talking about the actual earning? If I get the earning out of it, only then I'll consider this investment. I will consider, let's suppose I invested 1 crore rupees somewhere. I will consider this as investment only if I made profit, actual profit. Only then will you consider this investment? No. Because the day when you're making intention, no, you have no idea what is the earning that you're going to make. You may be in profit, you may be no profit, no loss, or you may even be in loss. So actual earning is not the deciding factor whether this amount what you've invested is actual investment or not. We are seeing the intention when on the day you are investing the money. So if the intention is to earn, then that you will treat it as investment, provided it is not held in the ordinary course of business. This should not be an ordinary business. This should not be a stock in trade. Okay. So actual earning of income is not important. Intention to earn such income is important, and such intention is seen at the time of purchase of investment. This point we'll keep on hold. We'll do it after some time. Sir, can you give examples? Interest-bearing investment. There is something called as interest-bearing investment. Some investment which I do will fetch me fixed interest. Those are called as debentures, bond, fixed deposit. If I invest money in debenture, what do I get return? What do I get in return? Interest. And that interest, you know very well at the time of investment. You know that you're going to invest in 8% debenture. You know that you're going to invest in 10% debenture. So returns are fixed. These are called as interest-bearing investments. Any problem? Then we have something called as dividend-bearing investment, such as shares, mutual funds. You know that when you invest money in shares and mutual funds, for a longer period, you will get dividend, share of profit from that company. So those are called as dividend-bearing investments, dividend-bearing securities. Any problem? Instead of the word investment, if the AS or the question use security, do you have any problem? Any problem? Because all of you know security is a large term. Under that, all of these come. Debenture, bond, fixed deposit, share, mutual fund, everything is a meaning of securities. So there are other investments also, such as investment in land, gold, Bitcoin, held as investment with the intention to gain capital appreciation. So all these are called as investments. All these are called as investments. Intention is to earn income. 3 categories. First category is regular yield, which is interest, dividend, rental. Then capital appreciation. And third, investment in subsidiaries, expecting other benefits apart from dividend. What is that? We'll discuss later. Now, I have multiple questions to all of you. Asset type. Purchase of share held to earn dividend or price appreciation. Guys, shares. I purchased a share worth 110 rupees in the share market today. What is my intention? 2 things. One, if I want to hold this for a longer period, say more than 1 year, then definitely I will be getting dividend. Yes or no? Because sometimes the company gives dividend once in a year. And maybe interim dividend means what, 2 or 3 times in a year also it comes. Once in a year dividend means one time at least will come. So when I'm investing in shares, one thing that I can or I may expect is dividend or capital appreciation. So I am investing 110 rupees in one share so that this will become 150 one day. So like that I'm buying 1000 shares. 110 rupees per share into 1000 shares I'm buying. How much it is? 1,10,000 I'm investing. Why? Because I have a desire that this share price should become 150 one day. So how much it is? 1,50,000 rupees. So now 1,10,000 what I invested, I wanted to become 150 so that I can make a profit of 40,000 rupees. So this increment is called as capital appreciation. CA. Capital appreciation. So now, will you qualify this investment in shares as investment as per AS 13 or not? Yes. Why? Reason. Intention. First thing I have to check is intention. Intention is to earn either dividend or capital appreciation. Yes, there or not there? There. Second, is buying and selling of the share is my ordinary course of business? Am I the stock broker? Stock broker buys the shares, sells the share regularly. Am I a trader? I'm buying the shares and selling the shares regularly. If I'm doing that, I'm into ordinary course of business. Then this is not my investment. If I'm a trader, I'm buying the shares, sharing the shares, and this is my routine business, then I will not call that as investment. Investment means what? I'm running academy. Surplus money is there. What to do? I don't know. So I'm investing in the share market to get some passive income. Then I will say that for me it is investment. But imagine if I'm not doing any academy work, my intention is to do trading on day-to-day basis. So that money which I invest in shares is not investment. That is my capital to the business. That is called as other than investment. That is not investment. Because that is my ordinary course of business. I will not call it as investment. But here I'm purchasing the share. Who's purchasing? I'm purchasing the share. My business is to run the coaching center. So extra money I'm deploying in the share market. So which means deploying the money in the share market is not my ordinary course of business. Hence, I will call this as investment. So if I invest in the share market, for me that value is my investment. Okay or not okay? Yes. Any difficulty here to understand? No problem. Sir, investment in mutual funds to earn dividend and capital appreciation or investment appreciation. Same logic. Shares, mutual funds, not too much different. In share, what happened? You pick and choose that in which share you want to invest. The control is with you to buy and sell. Now, sometimes people don't have time to analyze that which company is doing well. Because when you invest in any shares, no, you can't blindly invest based on the tips what you receive from your friends. You have to study the company thoroughly. Thoroughly in the sense whether the company is doing well today, and you have to look at the other factors of the balance sheet, which will tell that in future will this do good or bad. Like that, you have to analyze. Then you have to invest the hard-earned money in the stock market. So if you can do that, you can do the investment directly in the shares. Otherwise, if you feel that no, I don't have expertise, nor have the time to sit and analyze anything, so you will put the money in the mutual fund. Now, the mutual fund company, what they will do is they will deploy your money in the shares what they feel is appropriate. So in return, what they give? Dividend. In the return, what they give? Dividend or capital appreciation. So therefore, here also the intention is to earn dividend or capital appreciation, and I'm not into mutual fund business. I have extra surplus money. I'm investing in mutual funds to earn money, to earn passive income. Hence, I'm not doing this investment in the ordinary course of business. These two conditions satisfied. So yes, this is 100% my investment. Today, I'm trying to teach you that how do you understand what is investment from AS 13 point of view. So far, anything and everything where I invest money, you call it as investment. So AS 13 is narrowed down your perspective. Purchased bonds or debenture of other companies held to earn interest or investment appreciation. Investment. Purchased bond and debenture of other companies. Obviously, no. As surplus money, Tata Limited is coming out with them some debenture, which means Tata Limited wants to raise funds. So for that, they are issuing debenture. For them, it is issue of debenture. For me, it is purchase of debenture. Now, the debenture that I'm purchasing of Tata Limited, will it be considered as investment? Yes, because the surplus money what I have with me, I am investing with the intention to earn interest out of it. So intention is to earn income. Hence, it becomes my investment. Sometime debenture will also fetch you capital appreciation. They will tell you 100 rupee worth of debenture in future I'll redeem at 120. So the extra 20 what you get is called as capital appreciation. So in all the debentures will the capital appreciation be there? No. In some debenture it will be there. So in whichever debenture capital appreciation is there, in that case, the intention is what? Two things: interest and capital appreciation. Some debenture, the intention is to own only interest because there is no capital appreciation. So if you give 100 rupees to Tata Limited today, tomorrow they'll give you 100 rupees back. So what you gave, that you got it back. So in that, what is the capital appreciation? Nothing. So what have you earned? Only interest. Only interest. So intention is to earn interest and investment appreciation. So this is not held in the ordinary course of business because I'm not into finance business. Imagine if I'm into finance business, then that is not my investment. That will not be considered as my investment. Imagine KVA Finance Limited. So I'm purchasing the debentures of the Tata Limited. So is it my investment? No. This is in the ordinary course of business. Hence, it will be my something else, but not investment. In this case, the intention is to earn plus not ordinary course of business. So definitely this will qualify as investment. Purchased land. Purchased land and is held for future sale upon price increase. So you purchase the land, what was your intention? To earn income. Which income? Capital appreciation income. Are you in the business of buying and selling land? No. Nothing mentioned means no. So both the conditions satisfied. Intention to earn capital appreciation plus I'm not in the ordinary course of business of selling land. Both conditions satisfied. Hence land is investment. Now getting feeling now? Before this, you should have seen your faces. I could see a lot of question mark on so many people's faces. That's why I gave the dialogue. Wait, whatever you are thinking, everything is there in the document. Because when I am sitting and preparing this document, no, what questions you will ask, I know very well. And I have 10x more doubts than what you have because my brain is a little bit bigger than yours, no? So I'll have more doubts than what you guys have. So until and unless I'm satisfied, I will not take class. Yes. She's asking, sir, speculation. If I do speculation, means what? Simple. In share market, if I invest in intraday trading, what is it called as intraday? Intraday is where you have to buy today and sell today. You buy today 100 rupees ka share, thinking that it will become 110. If it becomes 110, you sell it the same day, 10 rupees profit. Or it can become even 90. So 10 rupees loss. So you did not invest. You took a gamble. You took a gamble. So intraday trading is always not investment. Gambling and not investment. Investment means when, if I purchase the shares, I want to hold it for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Whenever nice rate comes, I will sell it. So that is called as investment. And since my motto is to hold less than 12 months, I'll call it as short-term investment. If I invest money in the share market, where I feel that I should get the money after 12 months, I want to sell after 12 months, then that becomes long-term. About this in-depth, I'll discuss in some time. Now, don't ask any queries. Keep your query on pending. I feel that whatever query you have in mind, everything is covered in this document. So whatever doubts you have, if you feel that you'll forget it, make a note of it. It's my guarantee that you will get it clarified at the end of the class today. Now, Mr. Ram, a salaried man. Mr. Ram is a salaried man. Purchased a building, held to earn rental income. And this is not his ordinary course of business. Mr. Ram is in some job, he's getting salary. Over a period of time, he saved the money. Now he wants to invest in some building so that he can get rental income out of it. And this is not his routine business. It's not his routine business. So intention is to earn rent. And this is not in the ordinary course of business. So this becomes my investment. Mr. Ram purchased machineries. Why? Because he has the intention to earn rental income. And this is his ordinary course of business, which means he's buying the machineries every time renting. So imagine, let's say I'm having a desire of running a cab company. So what I do is I buy the taxis, I buy the car, I rent it out to multiple people. So I will rent out the car to Ola. I will rent out the car to Uber. I will rent out the car to Red Taxi. So here, this becomes my ordinary course of business. That is my routine work. So the investment that I've done in my machine is what? Car is my machine. Will you consider that as your investment? No, because that is held in the ordinary course of business. So any investment that you do in the asset, which is held in the normal course of business, ordinary course of business, you will not consider that as investment as per AS 13. Okay, not okay. In general language, you call investment. I'm not bothered. But as per AS 13, this is not investment. Because as per AS 13, if I tell this is investment, no, you have to follow the rules which is laid down in AS 13. So this standard is telling that the solution that I'm going to give the problem, no, is for this asset. Like that, they are clarifying it through this examples or through this meaning. So Ram is purchasing the machineries to earn income. So intention is to earn rent, but he is doing this in the ordinary course of business. So as per AS 13, this is not your investment, not your investment. Okay, not okay.
Okay, sir.
Purchased land or building or plant and machinery held for office use to earn profit in the ordinary course of business. I'm going to use it, boss. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to use it. So if Kalpavriksha Academy is going to buy a building, in that building I'm going to conduct class, then will I call that as investment? In general language, in general, I will say I invested 1 crore in the building. But as per AS 13, is that investment? No, because I'm going to use that. So that is asset covered under AS 10, property, plant, equipment, and not investment. Not investment. Okay, not okay. Building I'm purchasing with the intention to use in my business. Use. So anything that you buy with the intention to use it, that becomes your asset as per AS 10. So you will now apply AS 10 for accounting purpose, not AS 13. No, it is a PPE under AS 10. Intention is not to earn profit. From the building, the intention is not the direct profit. Profit I'll get. But using it for other purpose, from that other purpose, I'm getting the profit. So building I'm buying, why? Because I want to take classes in that, and from classes I want to make the profit. So the motto is not to get the income from the building directly. The motto is to get the income from something that I'm doing in the building. From that, some other sources I'm getting the rent or income. And this is held in the ordinary course of business. So therefore, this cannot be considered as investment. Okay, not okay.
Okay, sir.
Shares held by trader to trade frequently in the ordinary course of business. Intention is to earn profit, but this is not held for not ordinary course of business. This is held for ordinary course of business. Hence, this is not investment. Purchased goods to sell and earn profit in the ordinary course of business. So intention is to earn profit, boss, but it is held in the ordinary course of business. Hence, this cannot be investment as per AS 13. But yes, you will account them as per AS 2. Now tell me, with this, any other thing is popping up in your mind? Yes, Kaushik. Investment in PPF. What do you think? In investment PPF. PPF is not nothing to do with retirement. दिमाग बहुत ज्यादा चलता है. PPF has got nothing to do with retirement. What is PPF? The meaning PPF na public provident fund. As if nobody knows it. I am telling what is the purpose of public provident fund. I told you already in the 11th, 12th foundation. One more time telling. This concept came by because in the olden days, especially people salaried, where they're getting salary in the range of 10,000 to 20, 30, 40,000 rupees. These people had so much of expenses now. Whatever money they used to earn, everything they used to spend it, having no savings for them later. If any family does not do saving, no, at the later stage of life, they'll have a lot of difficulty, especially when you have medical emergencies. Medical emergency for in that state, where do people go there? Second, if you have any wedding, because medical emergencies for treatment like heart attack or cancer treatment, several lakhs and crores of rupees you have to invest or spend. Wedding again is a lavish place where you have to spend money. So how much ever we educate these people, no, they don't do the savings. So government made it mandatory that we have to do a savings on behalf of them mandatory. So government said the companies who are paying salary, the enterprises which are paying salary, that from now onwards, whatever salary you're paying to this fellow, no, in that a small portion of that you deduct and put it in the PF account. So the PF account is in the name of the employee only. But that employee cannot withdraw the money for a stipulated period. Let's say 5 years, 10 years, or 15 years, he can't withdraw. So every month, the employer, the enterprise will deduct a small part of the salary from the employee's account and put that money where? In the PF account. Who's the owner of the PF account? That employee. Apart from that, employer also will contribute an amount to the PF. So after 15 years, if you see, there'll be a huge savings for that particular person. So what is the purpose of the PPF? To encourage savings. And that money, what you're putting in PPF, government is giving you what? Interest for it. Are you able to follow? And sometime in PF, voluntarily even people contribute. So for example, I'm not a salaried person. Still I can open a PPF account. Are you able to follow? So if I'm putting money in PPF means what is the intention? To earn interest out of it. That is the motto. And this is not the ordinary course of business. So the money that you put in PPF will also be your investment as per AS13. Any other doubts? If no, I'll go forward. Okay. Now, people, AS13 has given the classification of investment. How are you supposed to present the investment in the books of accounts? So, what aspect this is? Presentation aspect. Presentation aspect. How are you supposed to show the investment in the books of accounts? So, AS13 says that you can show the investment either in form of current investment or long-term investment. Current investment is also called as short-term investment. Long-term investment is also called as permanent investment. Huh? Non-current, but we don't use the word non-current here. In AS, they're using the word. In the ICA questions, the language uses permanent investments. Okay. Now, AS13 gives you the classification of investment. This part, leave it. I'll come down later. Let's understand the meaning of current investment. A current investment is an investment. A current investment is an investment that is by its nature readily realizable. Means what? I can, upon click of a button, sell the investment, or immediately I can sell the investment and convert that into money. Which means current investment is that type of investment where it takes no time to convert them into money. That is called as current investment. A current investment is an investment that is by nature readily realizable and plus is intended. I'm focusing one more time. Is intended to be held for not more than 1 year, not more than 12 months from the date of acquisition of such investment. From the date of acquisition of such investment. I'll explain this not now through an example. Refer example 1 for in-depth understanding. What is the meaning of long-term investment? Lovely meaning they've given. Like this, I've never saw the meaning anywhere. But we've seen it in Schedule 3. Yeah. A long-term investment is investment other than current investment. So any investment which is not a current investment is a long-term investment. They don't use the word non-current here. Guys, please understand. Schedule 3 is given by Companies Act 2013. There the word was current and non-current. This is Accounting Standard 13 issued by ASB of ICAI, which has got nothing to do with the Schedule 3. So don't mix the word here. There, Schedule 3, what word you're supposed to use, that only you have to use. Here, the word is current, long-term. Current, long-term. That is what you have to use. Don't use the word non-current. A long-term investment is investment other than current investment. Wonderful. Now coming back to you. All of you understood the meaning? No? I'll give you 2 minutes of time. Tell me, what is the classification of this? Ram investor purchased 12% debenture of Tata Limited. Ram investor. Guys, AS13, we do accounting on behalf of investor. AS13 talks about the investment, accounting for investment. Who does investment? Investor. So if I call Ram as investor, do you have any problem? No problem. Ram investor purchased 12% debenture of Tata Limited on 1st April 25, which is redeemable after 10 years. My question to all of you, purchasing 12% debenture, does it qualify for investment? Yes, because the intention is to earn interest income. And second, this is not the ordinary course of business. Okay. Determine whether this investment should be classified as current investment or long-term investment under AS13. I knew it. I knew it. All those people who said long-term, what was the reason why you said is long-term? More than 12 months, what did you see? You saw redemption date. Redemption date is after 10 years. After 10 years. That is 10th year only money will come. So you thought if I'm putting money today, I'll get this money back when? After 10 years. Who said you will hold the debentures till the 10 years? In between, you can sell it also, no? Can anybody stop you to transfer the debentures? Can anybody tell you don't sell the debentures? You can sell it, no? So can the redemption date be taken as a criteria to decide whether this is long term or short term? No. I'm sorry. That assumption AS13 does not takes it. எல்லாம் வரேன் நான் ஆன்சர் நல்லா கொடுத்துருக்கேன் வரேன் I wanted to bring out the psychology of the human being. What did you see here? Oh, debentures. Epo invested. Oh, April 25. Oh, 10 years. Oh, after 10 years, money comes means more than 12 months. Long term. Like that you thought. Donkey fellow. I said you look at the intention. What is the intention in the beginning of the period? When the investment was done, what is your intention? Whether, no, intention means intention to hold. That's why I focus the word intended, which nobody focused. Do you remember? I focused on this word intended 10 times. For that, Smriti gave one look also. Amma. பயந்துட்டேம்மா அதுக்காக ஞாபகம் இருக்கு எனக்கு 10 times I use the word intended. Yes or no? அதுக்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ரெக்கார்ட் கிளாஸ் don't go and count how many times sir said 10 times means 6 கூட இருக்கலாம் என்ன வேணா இருக்கலாம். Intended means what? Come back here. Every single word is very important. A current investment is investment which is intended to be hold not more than 1 year. I invested money in this debenture today, but I don't have the intention to keep this debenture with me for more than 12 months. Which means in next 6 months, if I get a proper rate, I will sell it. So if somebody is going to, imagine this debenture is going to get listed. Can be listed or not? Yes. If this is listed, and if I get a nice rate, I will sell it. So, let's suppose Ram is my client. I am a CA. So I will ask Ram means I'm calling his name. I'm telling this debenture what you've invested. No. At the end of the year, 31st March 26, what is your intention? To keep it or to sell it? If he says on this date, no, I want to sell this in the next month itself. That is 4/26. After 4 days, I want to sell it. If that is the intention, on this date, I'll classify this as current investment. Am I clear or not clear? Clear or not clear? So 12 months, you can take it from the date of acquisition or at the end of the year, both are allowed. Because normally you do the classification when? At the end of the year. At the end of the year. Because no CA will come and ask you, what is your intention on the date of purchase? Do you think that every time you purchase debenture, I will leave my office work and what is your intention? What is your intention? Boss, I am coming to you at the end of the year. So I would want to know your intention on the balance sheet date. So technically speaking, the right word should be what? Not held for more than 12 months. From the date of acquisition or investment is not the right term. Because I do classification when? Balance sheet. I do classification on the balance sheet date. So on the balance sheet date, I want to know what is the intention. If you say, no, sir, I'm going to sell it in next 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, then I will keep this as current investment. But if you say, no, sir, I want to hold this for more than 12 months. You want means your desire to hold this for more than 12 months. Then I'll classify this as long term. Sir, what is the big deal here, sir? Short term, long term, both are asset only. No, what is the big problem here? Is there no, not just presentation? No, there is a valuation rule that is going to come into picture. If you are going to treat a investment as current, no, the valuation is different. If you're going to treat something as long term, the valuation is different. So if you don't classify your investment properly, your valuation will go wrong. Hence, it is very important to tell what is the right classification. Sir, I invested money during debentures. Actual intention was to hold for 10 years. When at the time of investment, I wanted to hold for 10 years. On the balance sheet date, I want to sell it after 1 month. Intention can it be changed? Yes. I have to see the final intention on the reporting date. So on the reporting date, I said that I'll sell it for this rupees after 1 month. So 30 April, I'll sell it is what I said. Accordingly, you classify this as current. But on 30 April, I changed my mind. No, I'll keep it for 3 more years. Can it further change? Yes. So once you classify this as current investment on 31st March and the balance sheet is signed, after that, if the intention changes, next intention I'll see when on the next reporting date. So on next reporting date, what is the intention? Accordingly, I will treat either current or long term. So can I shuffle? You can shift. So 1 year current, 1 year non-current based on intention. Can I keep on shuffling and juggling? You can do it. Nobody's going to stop you. AS 13 at least is not going to stop you. Who can stop you, boss? Nobody can stop you. I got one land with intention that I want to sell this after 3 years. On 31st March, you asked me intention. That time also I said you same thing. 31st March 25, you asked me, sir, what is your intention to do with the land? Do you want to hold it? Do you want to sell it? I said, no, once the nice rate come after 3 years, we'll sell it. But today is what? 2nd August. I got nice rate. Today itself, I'll sell it. Will you come and tell? No, no, no. You said on 31st March, long-term interest, sorry, long-term investment. Now I will not allow you to sell. Can you come and tell me? Can a CA come and stop? Can ICI come and stop? No, that day you said long-term. You are now selling it, cheating. You can't sell it. Can you say? He will kick your ass. My land, my money, I will sell whenever I want to do. For your accounting standard, will I not sell? Not possible. So we have to see the intention. Sorry. We have to see the intention. We have to see the intention as on the balance sheet date. Based on that intention, you have to decide whether it is current or long term. Next time, intention, when will you check? Next reporting date. Can the intention change? It can change. In that case, classification will change. Accordingly, valuation also will change. Okay, not okay. Coming back to the answer. Guys, the reason why I'm explaining so elaborately is because, see, these kind of questions may or may not come in the practical questions. High chance of these type of question coming in your MCQ. So you have to be very careful. 30 mark MCQ, full 30 mark I want. I'm not willing to compromise even 1 mark also. Because my target is 100. So how will I leave that 30? According to AS 30. 100 done. Now you will not tell. I edit this order, sir, and mama. Okay, according to AS 13, accounting for investments. Accounting for investments. The classification of the investment as current or long term is not based on the period until maturity or redemption, but rather on the intention of the investor to hold such investment at the time of acquisition or on the reporting date. I have to check the intention of the investor as on the date of acquisition or the reporting date. If he feels that I'm going to sell it within the next 12 months, I'll classify that as current. If he says, no, sir, I have the intention to sell it after 12 months only, then it will be called as long-term investment. So the maturity date, redemption date is not a criteria to decide whether this is long-term or short-term. If that was the case, in case of shares, what is the redemption date? Tell me.
Winding up of the
Amma. So as per you, then I should classify always shares as long-term only. So can redemption be any criteria? No. For instance, if Ram intends to hold investment for 12 months or less from the date of acquisition or on the reporting date, irrespective of the maturity date, I will classify this as current. Ram intends to hold the investment for 12 months or less, not beyond 12 months. His intention is to hold his investment within 12 months. Means what? After that, he doesn't want to hold it. Means he will sell it. From the date of acquisition or reporting date, then I'll classify this as current investment. However, if Ram intends to hold the investment for more than 12 months, that is, he wants to sell beyond 12 months of either acquisition date or reporting date for earning interest or capital gain, it will be classified as long-term investment. Any problem? One second.
So let's say it's July.
Hmm.
Actually thinking of selling it within 12 months only.
Correct.
Anyways, the 12 months will fall after the balance sheet date.
Correct.
So what will I classify it as?
Very simple, Kana. Now, what she's asking is, this is 24-25. This is 25-26. When did you buy the investment? 1/7/24 you bought the investment. When do you want to sell it, Kana? Let's say you're selling today, 2nd August. So now, today 2nd August, no? Correct? Now, 1 July you purchased. On the date of acquisition, you were intending to sell it after 12 months. But am I reporting on 1 July? I am doing this classification. Accounting standard applicability as on which date you have to check? Reporting date 31 March. So again, I'll come back, Subiksha, to ask you, now what is your intention? Here I asked you one intention. Final intention I'll ask you 31/3. If you tell, sir, I want to sell it in next few months as and when I get it. So on 31 March, I will classify this as current. And if you sell it, well and good. You may decide on 2nd August not to sell it. You want to sell it 2 years later. Just because you have classified this as current investment, can I compel you to sell it? No, you have to sell it. Can I come City House, open the tab? No, sell, 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 press that button, sell. Can I come? No, not possible. I have to see your intention orally. I can't physically compel you to do it. I have to orally ask, okay, not okay. Current investment ka nature you check on the date of reporting, balance sheet date. Now, note, if date of redemption or buyback was the criteria to decide the term of investment, then shares would always be classified as long term because they are never redeemed in the shorter period. So, if the redemption date was the criteria to decide, okay, this is long term. If any redemption value I'm getting after 12 months, it is long term. If that was the criteria, then any person investing in share. So, if I'm investing in share, Reliance Limited, so according to you and me, it should be long term. So, AS13 says that no, that perception is not right. I will tell you what is short term and it is long term. I will ask you to check the intention on the date of reporting balance sheet date. So, if the intention is to hold beyond 12 months, long term, less than 12 months, short term. And hence, these cannot be forming a base to decide the term of investment. So, redemption date, repayment date, buyback date cannot be construed, cannot be considered for the purpose of deciding long term or short term. Sir, in question, what they'll do, sir? In question, they'll tell you first option. This is current, this is long term. They will tell you. If they tell you, no problem. If the question is silent, about the classification, nothing they've told. And also, they have not stated any intention. The question is silent, at least they have to state intention that I'm going to sell this within the next 3 months, 4 months, 8 months. That also is not given. In that case, we shall always assume to be current investment. We always will assume by it to be current investment. Who says this? ICAI says it. Who says it? ICAI says it. Because in real life, it cannot be possible that you not know the intention. In real life, you will ask the investor. So this assumption is given by whom? ICAI. Because if ICAI is not stating the assumption, whom will you go and ask? Will you sit and call that president? Please tell me, sir, what is your intention of this question? Can you make a call? Not possible. So you have to assume. Therefore, ICAI says that assume it as current investment or short-term investment. Okay, not okay? No, not okay? Okay? Not okay? Okay? देखो पूछ रहा हूँ चलेगा okay हाँ in real life what is possible
That I don't know the intention of voting.
no one second okay go on tell me
I know that this value is going to go up, but I don't know if
the moment you said you are a regular trader, you're a trading business, boss AS30 is not applicable to you. You're out of the purview of AS30. The moment you say you're a regular trader, gone. Okay, not okay. Can I go forward? Can I go forward? Now comes, sir. You said no, sir. Classifying both of them into current and long term, there's a motto behind it. The motto is valuation. So what is the valuation here? AS13 says that if you are classifying an investment as current investment, you will value the investment and record the investment at the lower of cost price or the fair market price. Cost price or fair market price, whichever is less. Oh my God. Now, what cost price is, you have to understand. What is fair value, you have to understand. What is market price, you have to understand. Oh, you know meaning? Oh, tell me. You also told the meaning of investment. Nice budgie you got from AS13, no? There is no way that you can know what is the meaning of cost price. Now tell me what is the meaning of cost price. The price at which you buy the investment is cost price. That is your thinking. AS13 doesn't agree with it. AS13 has got its own way of telling what is the cost price. Okay. Then comes fair value, market price. Fair value, market price. What is fair value? What is market price? Both are same or different? 100% both are different. But for the purpose of your question that you solve, both are same. But both are different meaning. What is market price means? Market price, the price which is available in market is called as market price. Which means if I ask you what is the price of Reliance Limited shares, you will go and check online what is the price. So if any price that is available to general public at the market, which you can cross check, and that price is same for everybody. I will call it as market price. That we call it market price. Then what is fair value? For items like land, there's no market value. There's no market value. So fair value, what is fair value? The value at which, as a seller, I'm willing to sell it. And that same value should be the value that the buyer is willing to buy it. That we call it as fair value. Fair value means that value where the buyer and seller are okay to transact. That is called as fair value. About this in depth, what has been given in book, one more time I'll be discussing in next class. Here, I don't want to. No, class is not over. He's so happy. Class is over. No. Now I have to discuss what is cost price, what is fair value, why it is recorded lower. Before that, sir, if current investment is recorded at cost price or fair value, whichever is less, then what about long-term investment? Long-term investments are always recorded at cost price. Now the question you are supposed to ask is why not cost price? Why? If you are my student, before knowing cost price, before knowing what is fair value, why lower? You have to ask me. Ask. Why in AS2 I didn't tell you? AS2 I didn't tell you. What did we learn in AS2? Inventory should be recorded at cost price or NRV, whichever is less. I gave you 3 examples in the AS2. That time I told you this will be helpful in inter also. My question to all of you. Now I will not teach. You have to tell me that why lower. Now understood why I said that the people to do basics and come. Without basics, it's very difficult to cooperate with me in the intermediate level. Tell me, prudence he said. Others, don't tell me prudence. I don't want that answer. This is foundation topic. Lower of cost NRV is a topic not of inter level. It is foundation level topic. I want all the students who pass foundation to give me an answer, without which I'm not proceeding forward. No. Donkey fellow. From that time, 3 times I repeated. Prudence concept is what loss are anticipating? Fall in the value of the asset is getting anticipated here. Now I'll explain that through an example. I'll do everything. I'll do, no problem. Now calculate the value of investment. Calculate the value of the investment in each of the following cases if they are current investment. Question itself told this is current investment. If this is current investment, my question to all of you, as per AS13, you guys as a CA, how will you value the investment? Cost price or fair value, whichever is not NRV. Fair value, whichever is less. Lucky fellow you are. I gave you cost price also, I gave you fair value also. Like this, will you get answers in exam? No. You have to calculate the investment value. How to calculate that, I'll teach in next class. Now I've given like halwa. Case 1. Cost of investment 5 lakh. Don't tell this is the money that I paid for the investment value. No. This is not the price of investment. With this, extra masala will be added. Little bit of salt. Anything? Cheese. 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 Oh, wow, nice. GST said. Actually, he was reasonable. Nada on the cheese in there. He was reasonable. அவன் போக்குல அவன் கரெக்டா தான் இருந்தான். நான் தான் சொதப்பிட்டேன். சரி பரவாயில்ல. Cost of investment 5 lakh. There is a method to derive the cost, which I'll be doing next class. Fair value given in the question. Always they'll be given. In this, which is less? 5 lakh is less. Now, as per AS13, current investment, also called as short-term investment, should always be valued at cost price or fair value, whichever is lower, as on the balance sheet date. My question to all of you, let's suppose I purchase the investment on 1/7/24. What will be the journal entry for buying the investment? On the date of purchase, investment account debit to bank 5 lakh. So this 5 lakh will go and sit in the investment ledger. This ledger will have what balance? Debit balance. Being a debit balance item, this will go sit where in the balance sheet? Asset side. So now it came into balance sheet asset side. Now you have to do 2 things. Now you have to see whether this value is correct by applying AS13 or not. If not, you have to change it. Accordingly, I have to pass one more entry. If it is correct, let it be. Classification only have to do it. You will not get the classification in the tally. You have to do classification manually. You have to do classification manually. By passing the entry, it will go to ledger, trial balance, balance sheet, it will go and sit. But tally does not know classification. So you have to do the classification. So accounting softwares, there's so many accounting softwares, they don't know the classification. So you have to do the classification manually in the Excel and give the balance sheet to the client. Now, 5 lakh is the value reflecting in the balance sheet. 5 lakh is the value reflecting in balance sheet. Okay or not okay? Because cost price is 5 lakh and the fair value is 6 lakh rupees. So it is more than your cost price. So therefore, you can keep your investment at 5 lakh itself. As the cost of the investment is lower than the fair value, it should be valued at cost as on the balance sheet. So my investment closing balance is 5 lakh, brought on balance 5 lakh. Any problem here? Now I'll explain the case 2 because this is the main problem. Why lower is what you want to know. Case 2 says that 5 lakh is the worth of the investment. You purchase the investment by paying 5 lakh rupees in total. Now, this was purchased on 1 July 24. I am checking the value of this on 31st March 25. The value of the investment, that is a market value of this investment. Guys, this is short term. And the market value of the investment is 4 lakh rupees. What is the meaning of short term? On 31st March, I'm classifying this investment as short term, which means I can sell this anytime in next couple of days, weeks, or month. Max to max within the next 12 months, I'm going to sell it. Now, the value of the investment is come down from 5 lakh to 4 lakh. Now, we have to be prudent here. Who is saying this? Prudence concept is saying why? Because GAAP is saying that. What is GAAP? Generally accepted accounting principles says that you do whatever you want to do. You create whatever rule you want to create. You create EAS, you create Ind AS, you create IFRS. I'm not bothered. Whatever standards you create, ensure that all the standards have what concept in it? Prudence concept. Means what? You have to have a conservative approach. Means what? Have a negative approach. Conservative means what? Have a negative approach. What is negative approach? I will account for all losses. Prudence concept says that, or conservatism principle says that, record for the anticipated losses. You invested 5 lakh rupees and today the market value is 4 lakh. So here you're being negative that if at all tomorrow, whenever I sell, I will sell at 4 lakh only. Thinking that, believing that, assuming that you have to record the fall in the value of the asset by 1 lakh rupees. Sir, in reality, this price could be more than 4 lakh, no, sir. Less than 4 lakh, no, sir. Donkey fellow, in reality, whatever happened, let it happen. I'm not bothered. You remember in A7, we created provision for estimated losses. In the first year, you estimated the entire contract to be lost. Second year, you came in profit also. No, we saw that scenario also. So whatever provision you create, you reverse that. In which period? Next year. So automatically, when you're booking the loss, no, you book loss. Tomorrow, if the price is going up, you book profit. But prudence concept says that be negative. Be negative. Except prudence concept, everybody else in life tells us to be positive. Prudence concept is the only donkey which tells us to be negative. Because in negativity, there's one positivity. Amma. If you book the loss, huh? No. If you book loss, your profit will come down. To that extent, your tax also will come down. That's why we are very happy in being negative in this stage. No? Nice joke? Not? The joke is now, 5 lakh is the worth of the investment. I'm again telling one more time. Today, the market value is 4 lakh rupees. The value of the investment is fall down by 1 lakh. Now, I have to book the investment at 4 lakh. From 5 lakh, I want to bring down the investment to 4 lakh. So, I want to reduce the investment by 1 lakh. What is the journal entry for reduction in the value of the asset? Sir, asset, investment is asset. To increase asset, debit. To decrease asset, credit. So, investment to credit. What will I debit? Direct loss. P&L account debit. You book the loss. A13 says book loss. You are booking the loss. Why are we booking loss? Because this investment is current investment, short-term investment. Generally, the assumption is that if the value of this particular item falls down, no, it takes a lot of time to come back to the higher level. It does not easily come to the high level. We believe that once the price falls, no, we don't believe it to come back to normal. That kind of negative approach, conservative approach, prudent approach we take for the benefit of the client, for the benefit of the assessee. Therefore, you have to now record this 5 lakh worth of investment at 4 lakh. So you're reducing the investment by 1 lakh rupees. You're being prudent here. Prudent means what? You're providing for a foreseeable loss. So actual loss happens when you're going to sell it. Now, 5 lakh worth of investment, you're telling that it's 4 lakh. So you want to reduce the investment by 1 lakh. No, you're booking a loss. Is this loss the final loss? Realized loss or unrealized loss? This is unrealized loss. So who is permitting you to record the unrealized loss? Only the prudence concept. Nobody else can encourage you. Only the prudent concept always says to book the unrealized loss, which is good for us because it helps us to reduce taxes. Therefore, taking that approach, we book a loss. Tomorrow, sir, what if I sell at 6 lakh rupees? No problem. You sell it. I'll tell you that scenario also. If that also what happens, what will be the impact in the second year? That also I'll tell you. As of now, please tell me the journal entry on the date of purchase. 1/7/24, I purchased investment for 5 lakh rupees. Tell me the entry. Investment account debit to bank.
5 lakhs.
5 lakh, 5 lakh. Now, no, wait. We are opening the ledger. I'm going in the series. I have to make you understand the entire thing, how it functions. After this, I'm opening what ledger? Investment ledger. Please tell me the posting. Investment to bank. In investment to bank. To bank 5 lakh. This I'm recording on what date? 1/7/24. Carried on balances 5 lakh. Because automatically the ledger ka balance will come 5 lakh. Now the question is, can I keep this 5 lakh as it is or should I change it? So for that, you have to ask the first question. What is the classification of this investment? What is the classification? If the answer is long term, then you will keep the investment at 5 lakh itself. You will not alter it. But if your answer is the class is short term, sir, I'm going to make it current asset. Then the second question, what you have to know is then what is the fair value or the market value? Why? Because only when I have the fair and market value, I can compare with it. Upon comparing, if I find that fair value is the lower value, then I should record the investment at the lower value. So how much is the fair value in our example? 4 lakh rupees. So now I want my investment to be at 4, but currently it is at 5. What I should do in a way that is 5 becomes 4, minus 1. But we can't do plus and minus in accounts, no? So we have to do with debit and credit. Please understand, to increase asset, to add asset, you give a debit. To decrease asset, to minus asset, I'll give a credit. So what is my entry? P&L to investment. Investment by P&L. So on which date? 31st of March. Because you're applying this AS on 31st March. On the year end, by P&L, 1 lakh will come. Automatically, the closing balance will now change to 4 lakh. So to get this by P&L here, what is the entry of 31st March? P&L account debit to investment 1 lakh. Anything and everything in accounts has to be routed or rerouted through journal. That is why we call this as book of original entry. This is where the transactions originate. This is where the recording originates. Any problem here? And this 1 lakh we're recording because we are taking a conservative view. Prudence concept says that record all your anticipated losses. You are thinking that if I go and sell this tomorrow in market, I will not be able to fetch more than 4 lakh rupees. That is your feeling here. So AS 13, that is Accounting Standard Board, when they were drafting this AS 13, the feeling what they had is that this investor will not be able to sell this for more than 4 lakh. That assumption they had, and because of that assumption, only this rule has been drafted of lower of cost or market value. Okay? Not okay. Anything which is not like you're not able to digest or any difficulty you're facing, please feel free to ask. Prudence concept everybody should know. Same thing we did in AS2 also. Directly loss you can book. Provision not required. Provision is required for non-current long-term asset. What is it? I'll tell you. Now, I give you the journal entry also. So here, I give the explanation. Since the fair value of the investment is lower than the cost. So what is lower? Fair value or the market value is lower. Therefore, the investment will be carried at fair value in compliance with the prudence concept or conservatism principle under AS 30. because all the accounting standard that has been prepared by the ASB should be considering the gap. And one of the biggest requirement of the gap was ensuring that there's a prudence concept everywhere in all the standards. So journal entry on the date of purchase I've given. Journal entry for writing of the investment I've given. So this is on the date of purchase. This is on date of end of year. Ledger also presented. Any problem? Any problem? No problem. Wonderful. Now, next, calculate the value of the investment in each of the That is, value means what? The final value to be shown in the balance sheet. When I say calculate the value of the investment, means what? The final value of the investment that I have shown in the balance sheet. In case, sorry, example 2, case 1, what is the final value? Case 1, 5 lakh was the final value. In case 2, what is the final value? 4 lakh is the final value. So this final value they want to calculate. In each of the following cases, if they are long-term investment. So question itself told that they are long-term. When I'm doing the valuation for long-term investment, do I need to even look at the market value? No. Imagine I purchased the land. I purchased the land with intention to earn capital appreciation. My intention was to sell it after 6 months. My intention was to sell after 6 months. I purchased the land worth 5 lakh rupees with intention to sell after 6 months. What classification? Current asset, short term. Now, suddenly, after 3 months, I am seeing the value of the land in that particular area fell down to 4 lakh rupees. The fair value came down. Because in that particular area, there is some regulation come up by the municipal corporation. And that people are not liking it. Because of that restriction, people now don't want to invest in such area. So automatically, the other sellers will reduce the price. So here, my neighbor has reduced the price to 5 lakh rupees, 4 lakh rupees. So donkey fellow, I bought it for 5 lakh, thinking that I'll sell it for 6 lakh. Now the price has become 4 lakh. Tell me, heart attack will come or not come? What will be the blood pressure? Next level, because my intention was not to hold long term. If my intention was long term, no, I'll not be bothered. Because this regulation came now, tomorrow this regulation will get reversed. So whenever there is a change in the valuation happening in short term period, no, that change will not give me a heart attack if I'm holding for longer period. Imagine I purchase this land for whom Ayansh, that I'll gift him after he gets married. So in between, if the value of the land goes down also, will I get heart attack? I'm not bothered. Short term change in value will give you a heart attack. But same asset if it's held for long term, no, they'll not give you heart attack because you know that today the value is low, tomorrow it will come up. You know. So the prudence concept says that short term it is giving heart attack, no. Record that heart attack, no. Book that heart attack. How much is your heart attack worth? 1 lakh. Record that. I'm not saying AS13 saying. Now, here the money that I've invested in land or shares is worth 5 lakh rupees. I've invested for long term. Tomorrow when Ayansh is getting married, that time I'll give you this investment. I'll gift him this investment. Now the value of the share is increasing, decreasing. Am I bothered? The value of the land, building, increasing, decreasing. Am I bothered? No. So will I even consider the market value? No. I will say fall in the value of the market, get lost. If the value of the investment falls down, I'll say get lost. Who's saying? AS13. But if the fall in the value of the investment in long-term investment is permanent in nature, mark my word. I'm telling long-term investment, there's a fall. From 5 lakh, it became 4 lakh. If this fall in the value of the asset is permanent in nature, then you have to create a provision in the diminution in the value of the asset. Provision in the fall in the value of the asset. Who's saying this? AS13. So AS13 says that compare the cost price with the market value. If you think that this change is not permanent, today going down, tomorrow it will go up. If you feel that, then record the investment at cost price itself. But if you feel that this fall in the value of the investment is permanent in nature, then for that you create a provision. Who is saying that? AS13. About that also I'll be discussing. Now here, first case, 5 lakh worth of asset, market value fair value is 6 lakh rupees. Good only, no? We should be happy. Just because from 5 lakh it became 6 lakh, can I book the unrealized profit? No. Here we have 1 lakh of unrealized profit. Here it is 1 lakh unrealized profit. In my phone, if you see, I've invested money in the share market. I'll not tell how much. Now, I have a positive value. After investing for 4 years, now recently it has come in green. Green means what? Positive. Let's say my profit there is 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. Now, Can I call this as realized profit or unrealized profit? Realized profit means what? When I sell this asset, this 10,000 rupees actually gets credited to my account. That is called as realized profit. So this 10,000 which is there in the application is a profit, but I've not realized it. Similarly, 5 lakh is the money I invested. Now it is 6 lakh. So 1 lakh profit, realized or unrealized? Unrealized. Can I book unrealized profit? This will be against prudence concept. Prudence concept says that provide for anticipated losses and don't account for the anticipated income. Don't record it. Okay, not okay. Record income when it is earned. For example, interest is there, no? Interest you record. Which interest? Accrued interest. Because you earn it. Some people confuse. So in that case, why are you recording the credit sale? Ask. Some people will think that, sir, prudence concept says that don't record for anticipated income. But credit sale, money to income, we record income, no. Donkey fellow. It is earned. That's the right word. My student will answer properly. AS9 says that record income when it is earned. So when I recorded the sale entry for goods, when I recorded the interest accrued entry, that time the interest was earned. Prudence concept is against recording income when it is not earned. So income not earned, still you are recording. Income not earned, still you are recording. That is what prudence concept is stopping. Prudence concept is not stopping. Where if you earned, record it, I have no problem. Unearned income, don't record. Income which is not earned, money received in advance but not earned, that you don't record as income. Who's saying this? Prudence concept. But you can record losses.
In case now I hold a lakh.
I'll finish this in 1 second. 1 second. I'll finish this income. Now, value of the investment is what? 5 lakh rupees. What is entry on the date of purchase? Investment to bank 5 lakh 5. You forget it. I know. Note it down. Note kar le. Bhul jayegi. After 5 minutes, no, I forgot, sir. Then one nice question, I'll miss it out. I forgot. She is the root cause of Ghazni family. Now, investment 5 lakh, opening balance also, closing balance also. Since this investment is long term in nature, I will value this always at cost price. Fall in the value of the asset is permanent. In that case, I'll create a provision, but not book the immediate full loss. The value of the investment immediately I'll not reduce it. Like how I reduce in the current asset or current investment, like that, I will not attack the investment account. In case of permanent fall in the value of the investment, still I'll create a provision only. I'll not reduce the value of the loss. I'll come back to that just a few minutes down the line. Case 2, 5 lakh. Fall in the value of the asset is 1 lakh. So now market value is 4 lakh. Now you have to ask yourself a question that this fall in 1 lakh, this loss in 1 lakh is permanent or temporary? If the answer is temporary, don't be bothered. No need heart attack, no BP, no sugar, no need to record anything. So let this investment be at 5 lakh cost price itself. So for case 1 and case 2, both it is 5 lakh, 5 lakh. Sir, but if the answer is permanent, then you have to create a provision. So what is the entry? Investment account, sorry, P&L account debit to provision. Correct. P&L to provision. P&L account debit to provision. How much? 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Now understand. In the balance sheet, the investment will still be at 5 lakh only, but minus provision for diminution or fall in the value of the asset, 1 lakh will show, net will be 4 lakh. But in case of current investment, what did you do? The entry that you passed is P&L account debit to investment. You directly reduce the investment. So now the investment value in the book itself became 4 lakh. So in current investment, the loss that you book will have the impact of reducing the value of the investment. But in case of long-term investment, if there's a permanent fall in the value of the asset, it will be shown in form of provision separately. Okay, not okay. We have more questions based on that. That time I'll give more clarity. Now the question is, in case of current investment, sir, 5 lakh was the investment value. 4 lakh is the market value. 1 lakh is loss. So we recorded the loss. Next year, I sold this for 6 lakh rupees. So 4 lakh worth of assets, sold it for 6 lakh rupees. So how much is the profit now? 2 lakh profit. In this 2 lakh profit, how much have you already booked loss in the first year? 1 lakh. So how much is the actual profit earned? 1 lakh. So technically see, I invested initially how much? 5 lakh. Sold for how much? 6 lakh. So actual profit is how much? 1 lakh. Same 1 lakh is coming now. So one more time, so we didn't get it. Okay. What is the original investment? 5 lakh. Market value is how much? 4 lakh. Now we said that this is a current investment. In case of current investment, the investment should be valued at cost price or market value or fair value, whichever is lower. Which is lower here? 4 lakh is lower. Therefore, in the investment ledger, the purchase was 5 lakh. By P&L loss, I booked 1 lakh. Carried on balance was 4 lakh. Now, next year's opening balance is how much? 4 lakh. Actually, you sold this for 6 lakh. So, how much is the profit? 4 lakh worth of asset I sold for 6 lakh. So, by bank, how much money is coming to your bank? 6 lakh. How much is profit? 2 lakh is your profit. 2 lakh profit. So, is it the actual profit 2 lakh? 5 lakh worth of investment I sold for 6. So, actually is 1. Then why 2 is coming? Because in between, you booked one extra loss. So, profit is supposed to be only 1 lakh. But what happened? You already booked minus 1 lakh. Actual profit is 1 lakh. 5 lakh worth of investment is sold for 6 lakh. But in between, since the market value dropped down, you become prudent there, you became conservative there, and you booked an additional loss of 1 lakh. From minus 1 lakh to come to positive 1 lakh, what am I supposed to do? Add 1 lakh twice. So 1 lakh is to cancel the earlier loss, and 1 lakh is to book the actual profit. That way, 2 lakh is coming as profit. Am I clear? Sir, imagine I did not sell this at 6 lakh. I sold this at 3 lakh. So 5 lakh worth of investment sold for 3 lakh. How much is total loss? 2 lakh. In that 1 lakh loss is already booked here in the first year based on the prudence concept. Now here 1 lakh is the actual loss. So I'll book further loss of 1 lakh. Ledger tally. So whatever you do in the second year, boss, accordingly record the entry, accordingly pass the entry, everything will be taken care of. Now tell me, what problem do you have? Yes, Purvi. Next time you ask a doubt. Next time you ask a doubt. Before telling sir, I have a doubt, you note down the doubt. For you only this problem. Donkey fellow. Now, you first construct a sentence properly. You will say land and she's processing in mind. And she'll say ulta pulta and waste my time also. Donkey fellow. How much time is now? 1:15. Okay. No break. I think we'll wind up here because the next topic is how to calculate the cost of investment. So this will take some nice amount of time, or we'll finish this concept alone because 20 minutes if you give me, this will be done. Anyways, the class is till 1:45. No, okay. Let's do this. Okay. Now, see, I'm telling you, you just shh. This concept 10 minutes will be done. I'm telling you, 10 minutes, max to max 15. Max is 20. You want banana? तो banana बोल रहा हूँ. Now, wait. See, scam or no scam, you decide when the class is getting over. I'm telling you, 1:45 is the time, no? 1:30, 35 leave. Now, valuation part clear or not clear? Shh. Now, shh. Hey, very easy topic. Now I'm telling you, listen. Calculation of cost of investment, that is cost price. See, at so many places we came across cost price, no? So how do we calculate the cost price? So when I asked Yash said, sir, whatever money that you pay for acquiring investment, that is the cost price. On his face, I said no. Because AS13 says a different meaning. AS13 says that, Yash, what he said is correct. But with that, I'm going to add few more things also. Sir, what are you trying to say? Very simple. Purchase price of investment means to buy 1,000 debentures, if I pay 110 rupees, what is my purchase value of the investment? 1,10,000. This 1,10,000 confirm is your purchase price. But whenever you buy investments, whenever you buy some type of investments, it comes with the additional cost. For example, if you buy shares, you'll buy the shares from some platform. Either that is going to be Zerodha, Grow, Angel, what else? ICI Current, whatever it is. Now, these are the intermediate people who's connecting the buyer and seller, like how Flipkart is doing. What is Flipkart doing? If I'm a seller, I'm getting my shop listed on the Flipkart platform. You as a customer will come and shop it on the platform of the Flipkart. Correct? So Flipkart is a facilitator. Likewise, Zerodha, Grow, all these app people are there, no? That intermediate traders. These are the people who are connecting the buyer and seller. So when the transaction is executed, on that transaction value, that is the value that the buyer and the seller exchange, no? The payment, what happens between the buyer and seller, that is called as transaction value. On the transaction value, they will charge their brokerage or commission. Now, the question that people ask is, this brokerage that we are paying on buying this investment, should we treat this as a revenue expenditure or should we treat this as capital expenditure? So AS13 says that this will be treated as capital expenditure, which means any other additional expenditure incurred at the time of acquiring asset. That is investment or any money spent for acquiring asset plus any other additional expenses incurred for acquiring that asset should be capitalized. So brokerage is done directly in relation to the acquisition of the investment, and hence you have to capitalize the brokerage to the investment value. So brokerage value should I add or minus? Add. Any problem?
No, sir.
Now the brokerage value could be either flat amount, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, they'll give you, add that, or it could be percentage. Percentage always is calculated on the transaction value, Here you will have confusion. Not today, in next class. Mark my word, I said the word transaction value. What is transaction value? The value that is exchanged between the buyer and seller through the broker, to the broker. The value that is got exchanged between buyer and seller through the broker. So on that exchanged value, will charge always commission. Add stamp duty and taxes. So on the shares that you buy and sell, no, you have the taxes. So that taxes also you are supposed to add it because these are non-refundable in nature. So this will get added to your cost. So if I'm getting refund, then you can book as input. Otherwise, you have to add it to the cost of the investment. Plus, if there is any other expenses of the acquisition of such investment, that also you can record. I'll give another example for this. Let's suppose I purchased a land for 1 crore rupees. Now, this land, I did not buy from the owner directly. I appointed one broker, telling broker that in this particular area, I want land. Can you help me get a nice land? He got it. For that, he said commission is 1%. So that 1% commission, should I treat this as revenue expenditure or capital expenditure? Capital expenditure. Being capital expenditure, what I should do with that 1%? Add it to the cost of the land. Now my question is, broker will charge us 1% on what value? The value that the buyer is paying to the seller. Basically the transaction value. On the transaction value, because according to him, 1% is on the money that both of you exchanged. If you are a broker, you will charge 1% on that value which is got exchanged. So you know as a broker what have they exchanged. So on the exchange value, full 1% you will charge. So 1 crore 1% is how much? 1 lakh rupees. Plus all of you know that you have to pay stamp duty. When you buy a land wherever in India, you are supposed to pay the registration stamp duty fee to the government. Which government? Local government. If you're in Coimbatore, you have to pay to Tamil Nadu government. You have to pay stamp duty fee 9%, or it could be 10%, or it could be 11%. You have to pay. Imagine you paid 11%. 11% of 1 crore is how much? 11 lakh rupees is a part of your stamp duty and taxes. Stamp duty taxes in Coimbatore is somewhere around 9 to 11%. Okay, not okay. Now when you buy the land, you'll get the legal verification done. You'll go to the lawyer, ask the lawyer to check the property documents thoroughly. Whether the person who is selling the land, is he the genuine owner or not? Is there any other hindrances, any other problem? Is this document pledged in some bank for loan? So the lawyer will do complete thorough check and everything is okay. Then the lawyer will give an opinion that yes, you can buy the land or else don't buy it. So for doing this work, for getting the legal opinion, you have to pay fees to the lawyer. That fee that you're paying, will you treat that as revenue expenditure or capital expenditure? Capital expenditure. Because this expense is incurred in relation to acquisition of the asset. So any expenditure incurred in relation to the acquisition of the asset has to be capitalized. So other related expenses of acquisition such as legal fee will be added. Let's say that is 1 lakh rupees. That also gets added. So how much is your total cost of investment? 1 crore 13 lakh is the total cost of investment. This is the amount which you will show in the balance sheet as cost of investment. And this is what you'll compare with the fair value and the market value. So the above two example, when they give cost price, no, the cost price is not just that 1 crore. When they said cost price means they added all these three also. Okay, not okay? Not okay? Any difficulty? Okay. One question. See, 5 minutes I explain the concept. Next 5 minutes, some over. You can go home. Who was that? I'm a scammer. Who said that? Purvi, Look at the scammer now. How in 5 minutes I'm leaving you. Ram purchased 1,000. 12% debenture of 100 each. Aha. Shh. At 130 per debenture. On 1st July 24 of X Limited. Shh. यार अरे Cherry. Ram purchased 1,000 12% debenture of 100 each. Varlepo. At 130 per debenture on 1st July 24 of X Limited. I have a confusion, genuine confusion. Two value they've given. Donkey fellow. Which value I should take? What is 100 then? That is face value. Par value. Sir, face value, par value. Why did they give donkey fellow? Interest will calculate on what? Face value and par value. Face value. Understood. Fair value and pass value. Sorry, fair value and par value. Okay. So this 100 is chumma to confuse us. This will be useful when I do the interest calculation. Not more. At 130 means what? Ram purchases 1,000 rupees by paying 130 to somebody. Who we paid? X Limited. So from X Limited directly is buying. Mark the word. Because from next class onwards, we'll not buy directly. We'll buy through somebody else. The entire game will change. He paid brokerage at 2% and stamp duty 1% on the transaction value. Purchase value is wrong. Compute the cost of investment as per AS 13. Tell me, people. Kya hua? Lazy goose, donkey fellow. Why to do, sir? You wrote an answer, no. In that itself, you show no. Monkey. Write properly, all of you. Computation. Oh, all of you closed the book and also kept. Computation of cost of investment. Example number 4. Purchase value or purchase price of investment is equal to, tell me the calculation. 1,000 debentures into 130 per debenture. How much total? Are you sure? No, say yes, sir. You should say very sure. You guys are with me for so many years. Still like this donkey fellow you're behaving. Now add. Brokerage is also called as commission. So you not give brokerage, huh? டைரக்ட் எப்படி அவன் வாசல்ல போய் நின்னு அம்மா தாயே கொடுங்கம்மா அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கேட்க போறியா? Donkey fellows. Now brokerage 2%. 2% on what? 2% on what? When did I say that, man? He's saying including stamp value. When did I say that? நான் எதுவுமே சொல்ல ஆனா சொல்லிட்டேன் பாத்தியா. You should pay on the transaction value. What is the transaction value? The value that is the value that is exchanged between the buyer and the seller. So what is the value that is exchanged between the buyer and seller? 130. If I'm focusing on this again and again, which means in the upcoming classes there's some gulmal going to happen here. That's why I'm focusing again and again. Mark the word. I never said the brokerage is on the purchase value. I said brokerage is on the transaction value. Okay. Lucky in this question, the purchase value, transaction value both are same. 1,30,000 into 2%. How much? 2,600. Add stamp duty. Now here there's also catch. Stamp duty is 1%, which is calculated on the transaction value excluding interest. Excluding interest. Now what this is, you don't know. I'm trying to put a seed in your mind. Excluding interest. Stamp duty excluding interest. This point, don't worry. 10 times I'll repeat. சாதாரணமாவே 10 வாட்டி சொல்லுவேன். டஃப்பான டாபிக்னா சொல்லவே வேண்டாம். So 1,30,000 into 1%. How much it is? 1,300. Total cost of the investment? 33,900. Cost of the investment. Chiller fellow. So when you pass the journal entry, you will pass the journal entry for 130 or 133,900. 133,900 is the amount for which you will pass the journal entry. What is the journal entry for acquisition of the investment? Investment to bank. In investment to bank. So on the date of purchase, to bank 1,33,900. Sir, what is this column? This column, this column. This is to scare you. Next class, I'll tell you what this is. This is how the ledger is going to be from here. The ledger is looking like a Dracula, multiple column. BP sugar is going to come, but very easy it is. Next class, I'll explain in detail. In short, focus on the amount column. 1,33,900. Where are you going? I'm not done. Wait. Closing balance. Shh. What is closing balance? 1,33,900. This I have not explained you. What is face value? I have not explained you. What is interest also I have not explained you. I'll be explaining in the next class. Now. यार बात है வரண்டா உனக்கு any difficulty so far? No, sir. What we saw so far was trailer movie, full movie, gigantic movie, kannla thanni varalok movie. We're going to see in the upcoming sessions. Now listen to me very carefully. People have a hard time in digesting this chapter. So my humble request to all of you, the amount of seriousness that you showed in all the previous chapters, 10 times more seriousness please show in this topic. Failing which, you will never get the grip of this topic until the end. It's an easy topic, but with a complicated adjustment, it sounds as if it is difficult. When people try to by heart without understanding, that time it sounds as if it is difficult. But if you understand each and every point logically, this is nothing. 5 to 10 marks from this chapter, easily can score. Okay, not okay? Okay, super okay, sir. Yeah, very good. நான் சொல்றேன் நீங்க சொல்லாத. அது தாண்டி சொல்லு. சரி, wonderful. So with that positive note, let me wind up with this session, people. That's all from my side. I'll see you all on Wednesday, 10 or 10:30 a.m. sharp. Until then, bye-bye. See you. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.